This is CPM Calculus, Chapter 2 Review number 8. So for what value of k in the function given below does the limit as x approaches 3 of f of x exist? Okay, so we're given f of x, and it's defined piecewise, right? So part of it is defined as negative 3x squared plus 8x plus 7 for x is less than or equal to 3. And the other part is defined to be 4x plus k for x is greater than 3. So when we graph it, we know that here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here 3, and we have negative 1, 2, 3, and so on. We know that when x is less than or equal to 3, so here and to the left, it's going to be defined to be this function. So we're given this function completely. There's no like k variable, so we can graph it. If we're not sure, we know it's going to be a parabola opening up downwards. It's going to hit the x-axis, the y-axis at 7. But let's go ahead and graph it. So let's graph it, and we have negative 3x squared plus 8x plus 7. So let's graph this. Okay, so it's like I said earlier, we know it's a parabola, it's going down. At x is equal to 3, what's our value? So you can plug x as 3. 3 squared is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. So it's negative 27 plus 3 times 8 plus 7. Or we can just go ahead and use our calculator and say the value at x is equal to 3. So if we say evaluate at x is equal to 3, and we get our y output is 4. So we know here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. We know here 3, we have the value 4. And it's going to basically hit our axis here. And it basically looks like this. Oh, I cannot draw. Okay. And that's to the left of x is equal to 3. Because once we pass this line, right, once we pass this line, we don't continue on and draw the rest of the curve, because for x is greater than 3, we have the function f defined as something else completely, right? So over here, we can see that this 4x equals to k on this side of 3, right, because for x is greater than or equal to 3, it's going to be a line. And we know that the slope of our line is 4, because it's in the form of f of x or y is equal to mx plus b. So m is 4, and b, our y-intercept, is k. But we don't know what value k is. And the function asks us, the question is asking us, for what value of k does the limit exist? Okay, so first of all, we need to examine what does this mean? Okay, for the limit to exist, we know that the left and the right hand limit have to be the same. So the limit as x approaches 3 from the right has to equal the limit as x approaches 3 from the left, right? If this is the same value, then it exists. Okay, then this is true. So this is for the value of k. Basically, k has to, whatever it is on the right here, it's going to have to basically hit not above, but exactly 3. We know that it is an open circle because it's for greater than or equal to 3, right? The domain for what's in orange. But we know that the limit as we're approaching 3 from the right, so as we go toward 3, it has to approach the same value as it approaches from the left, which we figured out to be 4, right? So this is the value of 4. So we know that the y value has to be 4. So when we plug in this, right, if we plug in 4x plus k, right, we know that this has to equal approach 4 when x is equal to 3, right? So if we plug that in, x is 3, so 4 times 3 plus k equals 4. 12 plus k equals 4. Subtract 12 from both sides, we get k equals to negative 8. Okay? So this right here is showing us that if instead, so I'm going to erase this. Oops. If instead we had 4x plus negative 8, right? Then let's go ahead and graph this. So let's add in our graphing window 4x plus negative 8. Okay? So then we can graph this. And we see, let's go ahead and find the value when x is equal to 3 again. At x is equal to 3, if you go from the left, it's defined as a parabola. We get the same limit, it approaches positive 4, as if we approach, now we're looking at the other piece of the function defined from the right. If we're looking, it's also defined to be 4. Okay, so this is the only value for k right here that the function is going to have a limit exist as x approaches 3. Okay, so this ends CPM Calculus Chapter 2 review number 8.